Okay. So here we are in a little piece of Canada in Cannes Film Festival with a producer who's doing an impACT, Tamar Bird. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me.
Are you comfortable here at the beach?
I'm very comfortable. I would never think in a million years I'd do an interview on a Cannes beach. This is amazing.
Oh, you know, it gets so tired of the film festival ambience of going from a film screening to another.
Yeah.
I guess you've gone to a lot of meetings that I said, wow, let's be relaxed. And first of all, I must say that I love when you say, and how can we introduce you? You are a mother, a maker, and a doer.
Yes.
You know, in Spanish, maker and doer, it's almost the same, but I love it. You're then a mother, a maker, and a doer. In that
Yep.
order? Or?
In that order, I think I take on the mother part because I am a mother of two
Yeah.
amazing children. I take that on and I bring it to the set. So I feel like I bring a mothering love to the set and a nurturing where people feel safe.
Yeah.
Maker, I make things happen.
Sure.
And doer is because I will go hands and feet first, and do what needs to be done to make sure that we get to the finish line. So, and all that encompasses who I am as a person, who I am as a producer, and yeah.
With that pitching, if I was a producer, I would ask you right now for a co-producing agreement. Canada is asking for co-producing agreements, and right now we're doing the feature. But let's talk before about your personal history, because you started as an actress. You're also a writer. You've done short films. What attracts you of the filmmaking process?
Wow. So when I started, I wanted to be in front of the camera, and I thought that was the most exciting and glamorous thing, and that's where my calling was. But once I stood in front of the camera, I'm like, this is cool. But I found it was when I started to write my first short film is when I discovered from my mentor, Tara Woodbury, that it was best that I get into producing. And then from there, I realized that my brain just initially goes to what the budget looks like, what can we afford, what can we do within that, the technical aspects of filmmaking, but also keeping the creative alive and keeping it true to what we started with. That is what drew me in, and then I got with Kelly Fife Marshall, and it's been gold ever since. So we've done Haven as a short, we've done Marathon and Black Bodies, and our latest one is Omi. That is with 20th Century, and we've just been cultivating, we've just been growing. Our growth has been so organic and so rich, but it's been a steady growth where I feel like we didn't skip steps on this one.
How does it feel to be a black woman in the film industry?
It's work every day. It's like, it's being a black woman period is work, but then it's like being a black woman in film, it's even more work, because when I started, and I thank the people who came before me who were black women, but when I started, there wasn't many places for us to go or to feel community or to feel even safe where we don't have to deal with microaggressions. So I think now working, we've taken some strides, but there's still so much more work to do. There's simple microaggressions that still happen every day. And there's countless that we can discuss, and I think, you know, to be honest, even at Cannes, I've felt it. You know, I felt the racism, and it's just one of those things where I'm a film goer like anyone else. I'm successful like anyone else, and I make art like everyone else. And I just want to be respected for that, on that notion, and the merit of my heart and what I present to people, and not my skin color. So it's hard. It's hard. Makes you want to stop some days, but there's a higher calling, so you keep on going.
That's it, and we need it. And now this year there's been a workshop that started at the Cannes Market that's called impACT. You're one of the Canadian
impACT
selected.
producers.
Yes. And what is the impACT Lab about? Because there are producers, filmmakers from all around the world. you've told me before we started that it's been very interesting. But
Yes.
what's been it about?
Well, impACT is brought to you for on Canada's side, Telefilm, BSO, the Black Screen Office, as well as the ISO, the Indigenous Screen Office.
Yeah.
And they've come together and they've cultivated a really good emerging group of producers who make impactful films.
Yeah.
More so, myself and Nyla,
Yes.
we have been chosen for the Marché du Film. impACT Lab, and it's just a small select group of producers who are making impactful films and make impact while they're filming around the world. So we have participants from BFI, Germany, Telefilm, and I believe there's another one, but I can't remember. And we've just come together and we're just talking about sustainability. We're talking about how to be energy effective while we're filming. We're talking about co-productions, navigating Cannes. So all those tidbits are amazing and have really, really helped with making me a better producer.
Yeah, completely. Very interesting. So, but you said you have produced 3 films
Yeah.
with Kelly, aren't they? And before talking about the future, I don't know if you have found a co-producer, if you're going to start shooting right now when we finish the interview. There's been a thing that really impacted me. That's black bodies.
Yes.
Black Bodies is based on real facts. There
Yes.
were 7 police guys, a helicopter.
It was crazy. I was not there, but
Yeah.
on behalf of Kelly, it's her story. She went through this very racist moment where she was coming out of her a home that she was staying at. It was a rental property,
Yeah.
and she was leaving, and a neighbor thought that they were that she was her and her friends were stealing, and then there was guns, helicopters, all placed in their face, and it was something that really shook her, and it propelled her to make Black Bodies, and just to show how the world sees Black bodies
Yeah.
as disposable, but how we are, as any other human, the same, and how it is important to look, and it put sort of like a mirror to the world's face of like, this is what's happening. And it was able to ignite a lot of conversation. It was able to help ignite a lot of change, more specifically in Canada, in Toronto's film.
Yeah.
With and I feel like everyone did some of their parts, I would say. We had champions of Telefilm and TIFF who really were pushing it. We even went into unions that we work with and telling them to change, and they started implementing certain things that makes for a safer space for Black and for Black people in film and television. So I feel like that film, as much as it impacted my career, I feel like it impacted the world that I live in currently, not
Completely.
all around, but it were the spaces that I occupy.
Yeah.
I know that they've been challenged on this with watching Black Bodies. Black Bodies wasn't for myself or wasn't for Kelly to watch, or it was a way for Kelly to release art. It was a way for Kelly to put her pain into something that she can honor and that she can respect. But it was also our way of being like, look, we're not doing any classes, no courses, no teaching lessons. We're going to show you this film. And that film was actually able to be seen from people who would typically not see a certain film, and then ignite a conversation that either starts change for them or starts change within their circle and their space. And with that, it was that one film, I won't say small, it was that one film that was very mighty and very big, and it was able to make small ripples that I feel like I'm now starting to see that there's tidal waves happening. So
It's interesting because the festival this year started with the question, can the film change the world? It was like the motto of the inauguration, and they also talk about the war, but the discourse of the president of the jury, Vincent Landon, he said he was advocating for film to change the world, and you're the example that it can do it.
It can do that. It brought me to Cannes. My abilities, yes, brought me to Cannes, but that film, Black Bodies, I think it took a turn for the best. where I even saw how I'm not seen, but how I present myself in the world. I feel like with Black Bodies, it ignited me to be my unapologetically me.
Yeah.
And I can't. Yeah, I can't encompass in words, and I don't even really understand the magnitude of what that film did for me. But in Cannes, there's a lot of work to do. I think the art is being seen, but I don't think it's being seen enough by certain people who need it to be, who need to look at. I think Cannes has a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to not in diversity, but inclusion. I've seen Black people here. I've seen Indigenous people here. I've seen Asian people here, but are they included? That is the thing, and they're not. You see it in the film selections, in the competitions. Not one Black movie maker is in the selections.
There was one Black woman in the 75 years.
There was a time when Spike Lee was the Black champion for in Cannes. That's not enough. That is not enough. That is not even the bare minimal. And I think the change needs to happen. I think the old guard needs to come out. I probably won't be able to come back because I'm saying that. Oh well. But it's just one of those things that need to be said. People are fed up. It's not. People are coming. The people who take in films are not only cis white people. They're all over it because it's art. Art is for everyone. So why not include that in something that you want to call so international, so thought-provoking, so shifting in culture? The culture hasn't changed. Everyone else is changing. Change with it. And I think that's something that Cannes needs to do better, and hopefully will do better, especially with people speaking out and saying that this isn't right. So yeah, there's some changes that need to be made.
For sure. And there's also a change that you need to make, that is producing a feature.
Yeah.
If I ask you when you're going to do it, will you tell me when the morning comes, or
When morning comes?
When morning comes?
When morning comes is we finished the film. It's finished. It's in post right now. We finished filming and it's in post with Company 3.
Yeah.
And we are enjoying the post. We are taking our time to make sure that it's right, to make sure that it's up to our standards.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful film. For people who don't know, it is about a young boy in Jamaica who's being told that he's moving to Canada for a better life in foreign. But who knows if that's the case? But during that time, from the time that he finds out to the time that he leaves, we go on this beautiful journey of exploring the parts of Jamaica that people don't see. It's beyond the tourist attractions. It's beyond the gun violence that we may see.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful land that nurtures amazing herbs for healing. It's a beautiful land that gives you so much rich food. It's a beautiful land that holds the culture and the essence of and the resilience of Black people. And that's what we want to showcase, from the hills to the mountaintops to the amazing farms, to the natural lights, to the humble, to the humility of the people there. That is what we're showing with When Morning Comes, and we're excited to present it to the world when it's ready.
Your colors are a little bit Jamaican. Am I wrong? Or?
These colors are a little bit fashionable.
Oh.
But these colors, I am moving. I used to be a very all Black person, and now I'm moving more into color because color looks amazing on Black skin. And I love green because it symbolizes, as a producer, it symbolizes money. It symbolizes, and I want more money coming towards me. I'm a manifestation type of person. I'm a godly person. So I put out in the world what I want to receive. It also feels like it's closer to nature, and nature is closer to God.
Yes.
So, yeah.
The green is closer to nature, and the nails, wow.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I always have to have good nails.
Great combination. It's perfect for camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Tamar, if when morning comes is already done, what afterwards? What are we going to do afterwards?
What are we gonna do afterwards?
Yeah.
We have a lot of things on the go. I can't announce it just yet. I'm waiting till June.
Yeah.
But we have a television show that has been greenlit.
Oh,
With
congratulations.
a Canadian broadcaster and streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
We have a feature film that has been greenlit and is moving into development with a major studio.
Oh,
And that will be announced shortly. We have, we're EPing, Sunflower Studios is EPing. We have a great show called Tita's Collective that has just won the Just for Laughs award and is touring right now, and another show called Oliver in Charge, where we're bringing the Steve Harvey of Jamaica, Oliver Samuels, and the great comedian Jay Martin from Toronto. We're bringing them together and making such an amazing comedic film. What else do we have? We have features and shows. He's One of Us is also in development. That is a show that Kelly and myself created. So we have a lot of things on the go, and we're forever busy. We want to make sure that someone actually told me the other day. They said, Tamar, you have the wind beneath your sails, and it's great. And then I kept on telling them what I'm happening. They're like, oh wait, that's not a wind, that's a hurricane. And I want to keep the hurricane in the best ways, where we come in, we change the status quo. We force people to look at themselves and see who they are, as well as ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
And we make change. We make a small ripple that moves into a tidal wave, and we make great art that is going to live on and super exceed even myself and anything else I ever thought of. So, yeah, excited for that. Excited to what's to come and what's to be announced.
That's a great purpose, a great future. So congratulations for
Thank
what
you.
you have done, and thank you for the illusion you're giving us for the future.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.